Hello, and welcome to Functional Skills Maths. Today, we're going to be looking at the topic of percentages. And specifically, we're going to be looking at how to use the 1% method to calculate the percentage of any given amount at any given point. We're also going to be looking at how to use this to calculate percentage increase and decrease as well. It is one of the most useful topics that there is in maths, and certainly one of the most wide range that we use in daily life, really. We can use it everywhere. When we go to the shops, we often see sales on items, 10% off, 20% off. Or we might see, if we go to a restaurant, we might see a service charge added on to our bill at the end, 10% service charge, 12% service charge. Whatever it is, also useful for tax and working out like the VAT rate. If you get workmen around your house and they say, we'll charge you £350 for putting the carpet plus VAT. Well, what is that? Percentages can let us work out those sorts of amounts. So it is a really useful topic to be able to understand. So let me just share my screen with you and we'll go through what we're going to look at today. Okay, hopefully you can see that full screen now. As I say, the topic for today is percentages. And it relates to the syllabus on both level 1 and level 2 as well. So it is very useful for your exams. And our objectives today, as mentioned, using the 1% method to work out any given percentage, any given amount, and then looking at how to calculate a percentage decrease and a percentage increase as well. So if you want to get some paper, a pen, and a calculator, that'd be very useful as we work through some examples and questions together. And what I would say is I'm going to give you 20 seconds to work out each question. But if you want longer, then just press pause on your laptop, hit the space bar or move the mouse to press pause, whatever works for you. And just give yourself a little bit longer if you want a bit more time to work out. Okay, here we go then. So firstly, we're going to look at using the 1% method to work out any percentage. So we could have interesting questions like this in our lives, not that we often do, but this is just as an example how to use the 1% method, really. So what is 17% of 350? Well, what we do to calculate this using the 1% method is we can apply a little formula type thing. So it's the quantity, or however much we have, divided by 100, and then we times that by the target number, or the percentage we're looking for. So we start off with the quantity, which in this example was 350. We divide it by 100, because as soon as we do that, what we find is the value of 1%. Because percent comes from the Latin origin, it means out of 100. And so as soon as we divide something by 100, what we're finding is 1% of that amount. So here we have 350 divided by 100 times by the target number, which is 17. That's the percentage we're looking for. And that calculation will give us our answer. So 350 divided by 100, that gives us 3.5. That's 1%. Times it by 17 gives us our answer of 59.5. Okay, hopefully that's fairly straightforward. I'm just going to bring up another question and give you 20 seconds to have a look at this. So here's the question, and your time starts now. Okay, how did you get on? If we use that same method, we'll be looking for the quantity, which in this case is 795. That's what we've got. We divide that by 100, and we're going to times it by 34. That's the percentage that we're looking at. Here's our answer, 270.3. And then we come to the final answer. And even though it's a smaller number, we still do the same method. So here's your 20 seconds starting now. Okay, so again, quantity is 54, divide that by 100, and then we times by 6, so that's the percentage that we're looking for, and our answer is 3.24. Okay, let's apply this principle to an actual real-life scenario. So in 2018-19, the HSE, that's the Health and Safety Executive, recorded 581,000 self-reported injuries in the workplace across the UK. 29% of these were the result of slips, trips, and falls. This was the biggest category of injury. So can you work out how many people had a slip, trip, or fall? 20 seconds, starting now. Okay, so what's the quantity? It's 581,000. Divide that by 100 and times by 29. Gives you a total of 168,490. Okay, right, so there's an activity sheet that your tutor will give you based around this method. This is the 1% method. There's space in each of the boxes to write out your workings. So please do this. Please write out your workings as you go, because it will help you to see the process in action, and it will also let your tutor understand if there's anything that you could be supported with, or if you're absolutely fine. So please always write your workings out down here. One more point of note really is in terms of rounding up, don't do any rounding up until the very end of the question. So when you divide it by 100, if it gives you a number with lots of decimals, just leave them all in the calculator until the end. When you get your final answer, that's the best time to round your answer up or down if you're going to do that. Okay, we'll now move on to the second point of today, which is looking at percentage decreases. So we're going to use exactly the same method to start with. Let's say that I go to the shops and I see a nice blue shirt. I like the look of it. It costs £18, but happily there's a 23% sale. So it's going to cost me less, but how much would we pay? Well, the first thing that we do is use the 1% method to work out how much the 23% comes to. And then once we know that, we can take it off of the £18, and that's going to give us a new value or what we would pay for the shirt. So I'm going to give you 20 seconds, see if you can follow that two-step process, and we'll walk through the answer in a moment. Okay, your time starts now. Okay, so step one, 18 divided by 100 times by 23, which is 4.14, or in other words, £4.14 here because we're dealing with money. And then the second step is taking that away from the original amount. So £18 take away £4.14 leaves us with £13.86. So that'll be the new cost of the shirt. Brilliant. Let's have a look at the second example. So we've got a pair of safety boots. It cost £55 originally, and this time there's a 32% staff discount. So how much would we pay for these boots if we were staff? Again, same methods before, work out the 32% and then take it away from the original cost. So I'm going to give you 20 seconds and your time starts now. Okay, so let's have a look at this question following the method through. So firstly, we do 55 divided by 100, and then we times that by 32, which is 17.6. And then step two, Go back to the original amount, £55, and take away 17.6 equals 37.4, or in other words, again, because we're dealing with money, £37.40. Okay, so hopefully that's fairly straightforward, but it starts with that idea of using the 1% method to find out the value of whatever the percentage decrease is. And once we know that, we just can take it away from the original amount. So there's an activity sheet that your tutor can give you for this topic as well. Again, please write your workings out for step 1 and step 2 beneath each question. And that way you can see the process in operation, and your tutor can also check that you're following that process through. And this brings us to the third and final section of our session today, which is calculate the new value of something after we apply percentage increase. Now, you might already be able to guess where this is going, but if we've got a £220,000 house and it increases by 4%, how much is the house now worth? Well, what we do, as before, is we need to use the 1% method to work out the value of the 4%. So step 1. And then step 2, this time, because it's a percentage increase, whatever that value is, we add it on to the original amount at the end. So I'm going to give you 20 seconds, see if you can work it out, and then we'll work it through together. Okay, time starts now. Okay, so step 1, 220,000, that's the original amount, divided that by 100, and then we times that by 4, gives us 8,800. And step 2, back to the original amount, and we add on that 4%, which is 8,800, giving us a total of £228,000 and £800. Okay, and then we come to our final example here, which is about fuel. So let's say a litre of petrol costs £1.45. There's going to be a 20% increase on all fuel. Hopefully not, but you never know. So how much would a litre now cost if there was a 20% increase on all fuel? Well, we use the same method as before. We work out the value of the 20%, and then step 2, we just add that onto the original cost at the end. So 20 seconds, your time starts now. Okay, so did you get there? What we do is we get £1.45, we divide that by 100 to find what 1% is, times by 20, because that's what we're looking for, and then that equals 0.29. We then, step 2, go back to the original amount, £1.45, and we add 0.29 onto that, giving us a total of £1.74. So that is the method for working out percentage increase. There's an activity sheet that goes with this one, which your tutor can give you. Once again, please write all of your workings out beneath each question so that both you and your tutor can see that the process is being followed correctly. This will hopefully support you as well in developing your understanding and confidence with this topic, and we'll let your tutor see that as well. So just to recap, today we've looked at the 1% method to work out any given percentage of any given amount. We've then looked at how to use that to calculate percentage decrease and how to calculate percentage increase. So well done for seeing the session through. Thank you for being with me today. And I hope that you'll find that really useful, not only for your exams and sort of maths questions that you might get, but also in day-to-day life. Whether it is working out how much VAT you're going to pay a tradesman for completing a job for you, or whether it is working out how much discount you're going to get from something in the sale. I hope that you will find this method useful in your day-to-day life. So thanks for joining me, and take care for now.